Hello everybody and welcome back to Monster Hunter Rise! Today we are going to be continuing with our 5-star quests, but first we're going to be talking with Minoto. We can now accept 6-star quests. Please have a look when we have time. It's actually a large-scale migration of monsters. I can't fathom the degree of power that Wind Serpent and Bushi must wield to give rise to such an uproar. It's not a moment to lose. We must quell the rampage, put an end to the pain that my sister is enduring.
Welcome to the hub.
Now, I am going to be looking through these quests so you can see what's here. There is a lot of monsters, and a lot of them here are very, very dangerous. And then there's this, but a lot of them here are very, very dangerous. Yeah, Death awaits. Though, there is actually one thing I'm going to do first that I just remembered. I'm going to come up here and talk to this idiot.
See you again soon.
But I'm going to use this idiot for once to actually, I'm going to upgrade my armor. Because I can, and we have a lot of armor spheres. So, can I? That's way too much money. Yeah, 4 more defense on each piece.
Excellent.
I just don't have the money to actually fully upgrade all of this. This is an advantage you'll have if you're not making so many different sets of armor and weapons and all that. You'll have more money to go around.
Thanks.
Which will ultimately mean that you'll have higher upgraded armor. No, not one of these. These. Okay, let us do... I'm feeling... I'm feeling like getting bowled over. Let's go take on some Volvidon. Here we are. To get bowled over like a bowling pin, because it's just gonna happen. Especially if they group up. Oh hey, mystery monster. Pretty sure I know who that mystery monster is. I'm pretty confident that's Rajang. So I'm not gonna go bother him. Because, simply put, I'd rather not commit suicide, thank you very much. He's perfectly content sleeping way up there somewhere. I don't need to bother him. Here's our first target. I'm pretty sure Volvidon's weak to water. Or at the very least isn't immune to water. I also forgot to bring Cleanser with me. Okay, based on these damage numbers, it's weak to water. So I'm gonna be relying on Latte until I can get to a camp. Not cleanser, deodorant. That's what I need. Says I'll be relying on Latte. Notice this Latte is off gathering right now. Latte. Now is not the time. At least I'm to the front of it, so I don't need to worry about it this time. Nearly got farted on that time. I know, like, I got at Congalala for being a walking fart joke, when that is kind of what Volvidon is, But Volvidon has some personality. It's not just a bumbling idiot that farts and burps all over the place. Like, that's all Congalala is. Volvidon uses it as, you know, a defense mechanism, like bugs do. It's very clearly part bug. It's basically a stink bug, and a bear, and a baby. Which I don't know about you guys, that's pretty cool. Just a fat monkey that burps and farts all over the place is not anywhere near as interesting. Might be funny initially, but that funniness wears off pretty quickly. Who am I kidding? Frickin' Goat Simulator proved that funniness does not wear off quickly, at least to the internet. So maybe Capcom are onto something with Congalala. It's loved enough. I'll never understand that.
This one's gonna hit hard.
Ugh, excuse me. Okay.
It got away.
It's leaving, so... it's kind of in the middle. I'll just go to this camp.
I need a breather.
I need to get some deodorant, just in case. Wow, that's a sentence none of you probably ever thought you'd hear me say. Because, you know, I'm kind of fat, I'm a gamer, so deodorant is like a foreign thing to me. Though it really isn't. I swear, I was probably the first guy in my school to actually start wearing deodorant. And I would wear deodorant that was, you know, not very strong. It did its job, but wasn't overpowering. Like, I'd quite often wear, like, Dove deodorant. I'd occasionally steal my sister's deodorant because it smelled better, but it also tended to just be a bit, you know, it was pleasant, it wasn't overpowering. And then you'd get the other guys who would basically douse themselves in Axe. I legitimately could not go near the boys' changing room most of the time because I would get close and immediately get a headache because I am allergic to perfume. And, you know, the boys would literally be dousing themselves in Axe. I think their general thought was if they douse themselves in enough Axe, they don't need to shower. No, you still need to shower. That honestly just makes it smell worse. Because now you're doused in Axe and you still smell terrible. Like, you can smell both. And contrary to what media might tell you, I can pretty much guarantee you, girls do not like your natural musk. People I'm going to school with are like, that's rich. Yeah, I would actually rarely shower myself. I hate getting wet. I also wasn't looking to make friends or date, so I didn't care. And I'd still shower enough, in my opinion. I wasn't the most active kid all the time. So, say, during the winter, I might shower twice a week. I'd eat one of my normal rations. I have an easy ration right here. And during the summer, I might get up to 3 times a week. Screw this every day or every other day. And sometimes I would just go a really long time without showering, but that wasn't always my own choice. Try telling that to, kids at school, and kids in general, that have yet to develop empathy. As I've mentioned before, I grew up in the country. We had a hot water heater. Said hot water heater didn't always work, so cold showers, if you wanted to have one. And it also was very slow to fill up. Now, that normally wouldn't be a problem. You would assume at that point, oh, well, people will just take shorter showers. Yeah, you'd think. And then you get my sister, who would literally run the hot water until there was no hot water left. That basically meant that if you hadn't already showered that day before she got to the shower, you're not showering that day. Because she would go and shower around 6 p.m. There might be enough hot water for a 20-minute shower by 4 a.m. Yeah, it wasn't... It definitely wasn't always my choice to, not shower. And, like, I fully acknowledge, I smelled like shit a lot. But that's where I feel fairly confident going, yeah, shower. It's a good idea. Especially if, you know, you plan on actually trying to make friends or date or, you know, do that kind of stuff. Because, you know, the people you're interested in will be more interested in you if you're presentable. I actually, as an example of how little I cared about like, making friends or dating, I distinctly remember in grade 7, one of the girls in my class, I will not name her because it's rude, walked up to my desk one day, and this was like, I had literally showered that morning, so my hair was definitively a different color, because it was still wet. And she basically asked me if I had dyed my hair or something really coyly. And basically she was low-key hitting on me. And I just responded blankly with, no, I just showered. And she had the most just disgusted look on her face. Because the implication of that was my hair looked different because it wasn't covered in, you know, grease and shit. That wasn't exactly it. It was my hair was wet. I could literally go like a day without showering and my hair will look as greasy as if I've gone a month without showering. My hair gets greasy really quick. But like, I didn't care. Like, after sufficient time, I realized I probably should have cared. I probably would have had a much more fun time through school had I cared, but I didn't, so... I hated school. Which made it really easy to justify skipping school all the time. Never do. I say this a lot on stream. I'm saying it here, so it's definitively in a video. If you're in school, don't skip class. Ever. Don't do it. Not even once. And be like, oh, well, what would be the harm in doing it once? The harm is you'll not want to... Like, you'll want to do it again. Because it'll give you an adrenaline rush because you're doing something you know you shouldn't be doing. And you'll basically start chasing that adrenaline rush. I'm fighting the wrong Volvidon. Hold up. Oi! You! I got too busy talking about things. Didn't realize you had gone away. I'm going to kill this one. I think the other one's followed me here. Snow! Okay, it went back. But yeah, like, just don't ever skip class. Like, I know, like, I'm a hypocrite saying that because I did it so much. But could one of you two help me, please? Please, before I die? Latte? Snow? One of you? Okay. But quite honestly, I say the don't skip class from the position of somebody who skipped a lot of class and was basically informed that was the reason I was held back in grade 9. I had to repeat a grade because I skipped too many classes. Ignore the fact that it was acknowledged by the vice principal that I had indeed passed the exams with the second highest marks in the class, even though I wasn't there for over half the year. I had literally skipped that many days of school that I had that few days. You know, I was out of school more than I was in. Like, I knew my stuff. And that's why I was skipping class so much. Because I didn't feel like I needed to be in class. I mean, let's face it. Just, even any adult watching this, like anyone older than me, ask yourself this. If you in school had already basically known everything that you were going to be taught that semester, aka could have aced your exam day 1, why would you go to school? Why would you want to? I get no one really wants to. Well, some people actually want to, and they're weird. If you're one of those people, you're weird. I still like you, but you're weird. At least acknowledge you're weird. Being weird isn't bad either. But, like, if you put yourself in my shoes, my actions were understandable. But they were still wrong. I shouldn't have skipped school. I shouldn't have done it. But I did. Ironically, my skipping school has nothing to do with the fact I dropped out. That is a painful and uncomfortable story for another time. That'll definitely be its own standalone video. Ah, jeez. Snow, latte, but Volvidon, that works. Ow. Ow. Thank you, latte. Yeah, basically, use me as the bad example to avoid. Like, don't do the things I did. Even if you're as smart as I was, do not do the things I did. Be smarter than me. 'Cause I was book smart, but that doesn't mean a whole lot to the school system. The school system cares about you being in school. They care about that, quite honestly, more than you actually knowing what's going on. I example that by knowing of, you know, multiple people who passed the year by failing their exam. You know, that review of everything you learned in the year, that should really be the determining factor of whether you pass or failed that class. Yeah, I've known quite a few people that failed those. And they still went ahead. They would still get ahead with 50s, 60s in the class, and that's good enough. Some of them even had 70s. Those were usually, you know, the people that came to me and were like, hey, so what's the answers? And I would just do it, because why not? It gave me a chance to be a little smartass to show off, so... Like, it's... The school... You have to play the school system. And even if the school system is telling you to do something that you don't want to do it anyway, as long as it's not something that is completely immoral for you to do. Like, I'm gonna be honest, if you're in, say, if you're a girl in school and you're joining a sports team and you're told you have to wear basically freaking booty shorts to be on the sports team, yeah, take that up with your school board, because that is definite objectification of you, and you are far too young for that. You don't need to worry about attracting a male demographic to watch you play, as much as it might be appealing, because, hey, that your crush might like you in those shorts. It's not good. Love yourself more. Quite simply, if your crush only likes you because you wear those shorts, it's not gonna last. That's just the simple meat of it. Like, if they do not like you for you, they're not after you. If that makes any sense. I get this episode has been just me talking about school and giving advice, but I've mentioned on stream a few times, I legitimately want to be a teacher because of how I was through school. I want to try to guide young people into not making the same mistakes I did. And, well, let's face it, I can't be a teacher until I get my grade 12. Plus, I'm not sure I can mentally handle being in a school. But I can at least use my platform here to potentially help young folks. And quite honestly, if, someone here is watching this is a parent, and you notice your kids doing the same sort of things I'm doing, point them in my direction. I'm not saying that just to get views. And quite honestly, if you want, just point them to my Discord, and I can talk to them there. Like, I don't want views from giving advice like that. Like, I just want to help people. Because, quite simply, ideally, no one else would make the same mistakes I did. I made the mistakes so other people don't have to. That's the way I look at it. It's not going to stop me from telling stories of, say, when I skipped class or all that, because I had a lot of interesting things happen. And that is a huge part of my life. But that's not me saying, yeah, go out and skip class all you want. No. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Do not skip class. It may not seem important, but it is. Hey, our Meowscenaries have returned. I was actually getting worried I had missed that message. And they had just been waiting this whole time. And we get a buddy. Well, a Lookout Apple. I was kind of happy for a buddy ticket, honestly. Lots of level 20s, 21s. Set this up again. Let's actually use one of these. We've got plenty of them. We just got one. Train harder. You get an acorn. An important message. You modified the Meowscenarios kites so they can survey further off territories. New different materials. Basically, high rank is now available. So we're done with low rank stuff for now. Now, let's see. This has 2. We're doing this one. Wait, high rank was already available. What am I talking about? Mei and Yamato. Oh, right, all three of these. Right. Blah! I'm tired. But more areas of high rank are available. Our merchants are probably not doing so hot, though.
Have a look around.
Yeah, our merchants aren't doing so hot.
Trade.
Speedy bargain. Speedy bargain. I cannot wait for them to be 25. I'm gonna use one of these. Just to fill up the spots. Thunderbugs.
Time to bargain.
Just dash juice. Blah. No new special
This is
goods.
why I should. Until we meet again.
Okay. I don't think we have anything actually new to show off. Wait, there is potential for new decorations to show. Because of the, hey, I can make new decorations for you now. So yeah, here we go. We can now make Bubble Dance! So yeah, this is why the low rank armor is pretty much useless. You can't even make this until now. And there's no slot in the armor for it either, so you'd basically need a talisman for it. Yeah, friendship! It's just wide range. Part breaker, that's a nice skill to have. Resistor is pretty nice. Gobbler is a good skill. Like, speed eating is nice. Downside is it's a 2 slot. Like, it's not even the hardest thing to make, but it's a level 2 jewel. That's the problem. Protection, Divine Blessing. This would be an okay skill if it was a level 1 jewel. Going out and saying that now. This would probably be okay if it was a level 1, but it's not. Because then there's a decent chance that people might actually use the skill, because it's not bad when it works, but with it being level 2, that's just a little too costly.
See you later.
Now, with that, I thank you all very much for watching and listening to my ramblings, and hope to see you all back here tomorrow, as it is Robotics' birthday. See you all then!